Hardeep Puri ji, namaste. How does it feel to be here at Bharat Mandapam, Ye Swaroop, Rising Bharat 2025?
Always feels good. There was a time when we only had Vigyan Bhavan, and there was a time when we only had the India Gate, that national stadium. Now we have world-class infrastructure, and Bharat Mandapam, I think, occupies pride of place there. We've also got Yasho Bhumi. Just to cite two examples of where global conference tourism can take place. And with all modesty at my command, I was the Housing and Urban Affairs Minister when these were built. I'm not saying I built them. The system built them. The Prime Minister had the vision, but I happen to be the minister. And therefore it always feels good to come here.
थोड़ा तो आप कॉलर अप कर सकते हैं, है ना?
नहीं, मैंने कॉलर नहीं.
अच्छा, लेकिन एक चीज है, the question I want to ask you, and I think everybody wants to ask you, सर तेल के दाम गिर रहे हैं, इंटरनेशनल क्रूड, बट आपने एलपीजी के दाम बढ़ा दिए, तेल के दाम बढ़ा दिए. Markets are crashing, but oil prices, LPG prices are rising. Why, sir? Why?
Anand, I've known you for a long time, but I would have been surprised if you hadn't asked me the question. But a little surprised that after an hour-long press conference yesterday, you still asked me the question. But since you asked it, I owe it to you and your distinguished invitees
Let's
to
talk
explain.
LPG. We'll talk LPG first.
No,
Ji.
LPG. Let's go with LPG first. We provide LPG first number of connections. It was 14 crores in 2014. Today is 33 crores. If one connection is for one household, so you multiply and each household has 4 people, we have covered the entire population of India and more. You have 100% saturation. We provide the world's cheapest cooking gas. For an Ujjwala beneficiary, it comes to 5 rupees a day. Okay? And for a non-beneficiary, it comes to 14 rupees a day. For every cylinder that is sold, we incur a loss of 500 rupees per Ujjwala beneficiary. 500 rupees. So there was a context in which it had to be done. We were in a particularly difficult environment. That is the environment in which we were providing 3 meals of dry ration in a day during the lockdown and pandemic. It's still continuing. But today what happened as a result of the 503 rupees Ujjwala cylinder is that the companies which were supplying that, they have incurred a loss, and it's a cumulative loss of something like 41,000 crores. Now, I'm a student of subsidies. The money has to come from somewhere. It doesn't grow on trees, as a former Prime Minister said. So what we've done is something very basic. The price of a cylinder has been raised by 50 rupees only, okay? Which means the cost to a family of 4 which is using those figures, it's marginal, all right? But we have also raised the excise duty on petrol and diesel by 2 rupees. Now, there was a big halla yesterday when they saw the finance ministry notification.
Yeah.
We clarified the dam at the petrol retail point will not go up. It will remain the same. What we'll do is we'll collect some resources which will help, because we are committed to those oil companies. When last time they incurred a loss of 28,000 crores on gas, we compensated them by 22,000 crores. So this is to do that. Now you come to the second part of your question. Oil prices are coming down. Wonderful news. Do you know something? We spend something like $150 billion a year on oil imports. If the oil price is down 20%, which means we save 30% overall, $30 billion.
Ji.
That is the value of our exports. So it's good news. But all things good, my friend, have to be sustained. If the oil price today is 61.89 yesterday, I don't know what it is as of this morning because I've been in functions like this. Today we are carrying 45 days of reserves. The price in beginning January for oil was $83 a barrel. And if I take the average of the 45 days, it comes to something like $75 a barrel. Now, if the price goes even from 60 to 65 or more, yes, the oil marketing companies will have headroom to bring prices down. But it's a deregulated sector. I can't keep telling them, aja petrol or diesel pe bhi under recovery kar lo or gas pe bhi kar lo. But they are very responsible corporate citizen. They're very good people. They helped us out on gas. We are compensating them. And petrol and diesel, let your red attire of the day signal that if the trend remains like this, yes, they will bring the prices down.
But that's the criticism. The criticism is कि चाहे वो 100 रुपया बैरल हो या 60 रुपया बैरल हो, कंज्यूमर 100 रुपया दे रहा है.
नहीं
95 रुपए 100 रुपए दे रहा है.
एक आप काम करिए, आपके पास बहुत रिसोर्सेज है, बहुत इन्फ्लुएंशियल चैनल है न्यूज 18. आप एक लिस्ट बनाइए कि सबसे ज्यादा हल्ला पेट्रोल और डीजल प्राइसेस पे कौन करता है, और मैं रिजल्ट आपको अभी बताता हूं. एक ऐसी आइडियोलॉजी के लोग हैं, एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है, मैं नाम नहीं लेता, उनकी 2-3 जगह शायद सरकार बची हुई है जहां पे वो नेशनल लेवल से 10-12 रुपए ज्यादा चार्ज करते हैं, और जब ये प्राइस की बात होती है सबसे ज्यादा हल्ला वो मचाते हैं. भाई साहब, बीजेपी रूल स्टेट्स में और उन स्टेट्स में 10-12 रुपए का फर्क है. अगर आप देखिए डिफरेंस बिटवीन लखनऊ एंड नॉन बीजेपी स्टेट नियर बाय, 10 rupees difference. If you see between Assam and another non-BJP state closest to that, I didn't name West Bengal. I didn't name it, but proximity में देखो तो वही आती है. देखिए ये this is hypocrisy of the highest order. और ऐसा है जिनको कुछ चीज की समझ नहीं. अरे आप बात कर रहे हो, अब मैंने कहा भैया जो स्टॉक हमने लिया है 45 दिन का, उस पे वो that was not bought at 60. I think it's a very legitimate point to make when the stock which you are holding was bought at 60. आपकी दुकान में माल भरा हुआ है जो आपने 80 रुपए पे खरीदा है और कहा आप 60 रुपए हो गया, उसको लॉस में बेच दो, कैसे होगा?
पर हरदीप जी, जब 100 तक दाम बढ़े थे तब भी ये 45 डेज का बफर था. उस वक्त तो उन्होंने स्टॉक 80 में लिया था, लेकिन प्राइस तो उस वक्त
नहीं.
और दूसरी बात, आप मुंबई का नाम नहीं ले रहे हैं.
किसका?
मुंबई, मध्य प्रदेश के भी नाम देखे, तेल के दाम तो वो भी वहां पर तो बीजेपी की सरकार है, वहां तो तेल के दाम कम नहीं.
नहीं, देखिए बीजेपी स्टेट्स में भी कम हुए हैं, कुछ लोग ज्यादा, मध्य प्रदेश में भी ज्यादा था, कम हुआ है. बट हम थोड़ा ना स्टेट को बोलते हैं. अब देखिए मैं आपको 2 बहुत सिंपल इंडिकेटर्स बताता हूं. जब भी प्राइसेस इंटरनेशनल बढ़ जाते हैं, यू हैव एन ऑप्शन ऑफ टू ऑर्गेनाइज योरसेल्फ.
यस,
हमने कंज्यूमर को नहीं आने दिया, उनको कष्ट नहीं होने दिया. माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ऑन 2 occasions, November 21, 2021 and May 2022, he reduced the excise duty on petrol and diesel by 16 rupees and 13 rupees. And then the BJP ruled state brought the VAT down. That's how it came down. So we took the hit in the central excise, number 1. Number 2, look, when the Congress government, और बहुत ही विद्वान वित्त मंत्री जी थे, जो आज उन्होंने ट्वीट भी किया, I admire the fact it's a mild tweet. He said, what I said yesterday should be critically analyzed, and I want to critically analyze what he did. जब दाम $128 पर बैरल पहुंच गया, तो कांग्रेस सरकार ने क्या किया? उन्होंने कहा कि देखो अभी तो हमें कंज्यूमर को सस्ता देना है, तो हम ऑयल बॉन्ड्स फ्लोट करते हैं. और ऑयल बॉन्ड्स उन्होंने फ्लोट किए 1,40,000 करोड़ के. और आज इतने वर्ष बाद में, कितने 12-13-14 वर्ष हो गए, उसके बाद में वी आर पेइंग बैक 3,10,000 करोड़. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी इजी वे दैट यू टेक द डेट एंड यू गेट योर ग्रैंडचिल्ड्रन टू पे इट बैक. सो आई थिंक when the history of this period is written, you will find that the Modi decade and decade plus is transformational. We have oil prices, we have petrol, diesel prices lowest in the world, coming down over a 3-year reference period during the turmoil. Domestic gas has never been so cheap. You compare it to the countries in the neighborhood, you compare it to anyone else in any country in the world is cheaper. So within that, we are doing an adjustment to make sure that in the process of providing cylinder at 503 rupees,
553
the company doesn't, 503 rupees, the company doesn't go down. So we are reimbursing them.
So let's look at those numbers. LPG, that's what we've put those numbers, Mantri ji. So in Bharat, it was 1,053. 1,000 1053.
That's the normal cylinder.
Yeah, normal cylinder. In April 25, it's 803. So compared to 2022, the consumer is still paying about 200 rupees lesser. Pakistan, meanwhile, has seen a 5.53% up. Bharat is minus 23.7%. And if you look at Sri Lanka, it's a 10.6% up. Nepal, 5.73% up. So these are the prices in the neighborhood. But their terms for oil is different. Their terms for LPG
No,
purchases
I
also
asked
different.
this question
So
when
the
I
Saudi
saw this.
CP,
I said, was this figure or the figures in the chart, were they equalized for currency exchange rates? They've been equalized.
So it's after the equalization of
Yes,
currency.
it's after the equalization.
Let's look at oil and petrol and test your theory that compared to other countries,
No,
how
but I
much
should
is oil
also,
and petrol?
I should also just,
Diesel and petrol.
hold on, because I'm not a party to this. Let me explain to you. The Indian LPG price is determined by something called the Saudi contract price. That Saudi contract price during this period has gone up by a massive amount, and we have come down. So we've come down by 23%, whereas the Saudi contract price has gone up by 60%. This is the beauty of this thing. I don't know whether you have a figure like that, but you please go ahead to the next chart. We'll look at it here.
No, I have the chart here of the Saudi CP, and this is what we've not put it up there, but that's what you're saying. So the Saudi CP at this point, you're saying the actual, there is a difference at 803 and at 1028 and 609. So the Saudi contract price, that's the base price, because bulk of the gas is procured from there, and that's where it's benchmarked. So you're saying, but the consumer will only think कि 50 रुपए बढ़ा दिए.
No, consumer will not think if you explain it to the consumer. By nowhere in the world does the consumer say that the economic utilities should not be viable. You go on promising something, वो जैसे ये वो जो एक political party है जिनके पास 2-3 states हैं अभी, कभी दूध का दाम बढ़ा देते हैं, कभी बस का भाड़ा वो लगा देते हैं, कभी कुछ करते हैं. अरे भाई आप किसी को हर एक बहन को एक महीने में 1000 रुपया मिलेगा, वो आम आदमी पार्टी ने कहा था. 40 महीने हो गए, किसी एक बहन को भी 1 रुपया नहीं मिला. So the point is, you have to have credibility in what you are putting before the people. Now in this case, whatever you do, you compare the prices. This was, by the way, minus 23%.
Correct.
And the other places are going up by 10%.
10%.
Or 5-6%.
Yeah.
If you look at petrol, diesel, you were coming to
Yeah,
that. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I stopped you.
Let's look at the petrol diesel numbers, and we can show you those numbers. Now, Bharat, that's LPG. Yeah, that's petrol. So as of now, we are minus 6.48% down compared to a Pakistan that's gone up to 54.2.
Gone up by 55%. Yeah.
Gone up by 55%, but we don't benchmark ourselves with Pakistan anymore. We benchmark ourselves with some of the other countries. So let's look at US.
Benchmarking के बात करो. जब मैं civil servant था, I was a foreign service officer for 39 years. ये कांग्रेस सरकार के समय तक इंडिया पाकिस्तान ही benchmark होता था, hyphenate होता था. Sugar है, we've got out of that. So, because we are now one of the most successful economies. These are two countries born from the womb of the same mother in 1947. And we are today the 4th largest economy in the world. And Pakistan is I don't want to say anything, basket case.
Yeah, but we also have an interim advisor who believes that without Bangladesh, we won't be able to survive. That's
Who's this?
That's what they said in Beijing.
Who said?
We'll be landlocked. Okay, let's look at US, Italy,
No,
Spain, Germany, France.
US में it went up by
27%.
27%. So we are the only country which brought it down. I mean, so there is a story in and of itself here.
So we brought it down because we were buying oil from Russia.
No, wait. We are buying oil from 27 countries earlier. Now we are then buying from 39, and then we started buying from Argentina, which makes it 40. By the way, you can buy oil from anywhere. If your policies are sound, what you turn around and say, I will issue a tender at the point of importation, जिसके बाद माल है आके supply कर जाए. That is why we are successful.
अब एक ट्रम्प भाई साहब हैं, उनके पास भी ऑयल है, उन्होंने भी फ्रैकिंग खोल दी है.
अरे भाई मेरे भाई उनके पास ऑयल है. They are the world's largest producer. They produce 13 million barrels a day. Now they're going to be producing another 1.6 million barrels a day. But the issue is not that. They must have the oil to sell us. When they have the oil, but LNG they have. And I see a lot of increase in LNG. By the way, we've been buying $15 to $20 billion of energy from them in any case in the last few years.
So by buying more oil, more energy from them, are we going to be able to offset this entire tariff thing, sir?
But why are you so mesmerized by this tariff
No,
thing?
we're not mesmerized.
No, but why? When there is a young leader, 54-year-old Yuva Neta, who made some statement because the last public event I went, they asked me, उन्होंने ये कहा, मैंने कहा मैं नाम लेता नहीं किसी नेता का, उनको बोलो पहले अपने आप को समझें ये टैरिफ क्या चीज होती है. देखिए वो जो देश है जहां पे टैरिफ, every country is free to determine its own economic policies. But we are part of a multilateral system. We were original signatories to the GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. WTO आया, वहां पे कुछ negotiator. Somebody wants to change it because they think short right. Don't comment on it. You have to deal with it. भाई साहब, आपके 40% exports of services में है. The services sector is not covered by tariffs. Tariffs are applied on goods as they cross borders, but services तो चली जाती है, can go ऊपर से भी और साइड से भी, सब जगह से चली जाएगी सर्विस. You can be different kinds of services you're providing. Some of your sectors are just not covered, like pharmaceutical. Look, I'm not a trade, I'm a student of trade negotiation, but just now when Piyush ji comes tomorrow evening, you ask him. My view is that he will exude a quiet confidence. We are one of the countries which is dealing with this, and as my colleague Jaishankar ji said, we are hopeful, following his discussions with the Secretary of State Rubio yesterday, we are hopeful of concluding an early trade agreement with the United States. So I think we are on track.
You're on track. You don't think Bharat is going to be adversely affected?
अरे भाई ये एडवर्स क्या होता है यार, मतलब समझाओ तो
अच्छा,
सही. हर एक चैलेंज में
ये
अपॉर्चुनिटी.
ये डिसरप्शन अच्छा है कि खराब है?
अरे अच्छा खराब तो कुछ नहीं होता. अगर आप में दम है, रेसिलियंस है, तो यू टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, ऑफ अ चैलेंज, एंड यू यूटिलाइज इट एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. मेरी जिंदगी में तो यही हुआ, जब किसी कठिनाई का सामना करना पड़े उसमें से अच्छे निकले. अरे मैं बताता हूं, मुझे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की overall his capacity to navigate this and his team is second to none. We will come out winners in this.
What's the message for the Yuva here?
Yuva says, I'm jealous of you, yaar. I wish I was born when you guys were born.
Why do you say that?
I'm telling you because I was born 5 years after the partition. It was a difficult time. When I went to the university, we couldn't get a gas cylinder. I'm just giving you an example. You had to be very influential to get a gas cylinder. You had to be even more influential to get a telephone connection, even if you could afford it. When I left Delhi University at a very young age and was looking around for jobs, if you got a first class, you could get a teaching job in a Delhi University college. If you were very bright, there were 2 or 3 private sector companies that could hire you. And if you were not so bright, I shouldn't say this, but I will. You could become a lawyer. They did very well, by the way, huh? They did very well. But the issue is today, look at our youngsters. They have been born. What would be the average age of the youth here? I suspect about 18, 20 years old.
18, 20? All right. चलिए 25 मान लेते हैं.
25.
हाँ.
अच्छा, we are in 2025. We will be a Viksit Bharat by 2047. That if you're 25 now, when you're 47 years old, you will be part of a developed country with an economy of the size of $30 trillion, 35 trillion, 40 trillion, I don't know. So, when I say that I'm envious that you have been born now, I mean it in a positive way. You should be very proud of the fact that you're born in a country which has a demographic plus, which is a country which is firing on all cylinders. The economy is growing at 6.5% at a time when the world economy is facing headwinds. I mean, the major economies in the world, I am not going to go into what the chances of a recession are as a result of X, Y, or Z. I'm not getting into it. But look at them. We will overcome these challenges. We will go from a 4 trillion to a 7 to a $10 trillion economy. So as I said, if you are their age, the employment opportunities, there are challenges, all right. Yeah. Because today, artificial intelligence and all these other technological breakthroughs, they are producing a new kind. So skilling also will be required because, you have one part of the population, basic skilling is required. Then you have another one which is very high skilling. I was talking some of your invitees outside. Mind-boggling what these startups are doing in Silicon Valley and other places. Mind-boggling stuff.
Not just delivery services.
Huh?
Not just delivery services.
No, let's be serious about it. I was telling you the story when I went to India Energy Week last year, and we were taking the Honorable Prime Minister around. They went to the BPCL stall. They had electrolyzer there, domestically manufactured in collaboration with BARC, Baba Atomic Energy and so on, where they used the original technology which was there in a submarine where used to produce oxygen for the crew inside a tank, and they produced it for green hydrogen. So when I go around startups, no, those comments you are referring to, they were in a particular context. The fact of the matter is India today, both in terms of the unicorns and startups, we have in innovation and technology is one of our strengths. And these young people going into that strength, you are still very young, but I don't claim to be part of the innovative lot. I'm set in my ways. I try to be innovative in my limited way, but there are limitations to that.
Final question, we run out of time, but I just want to quickly ask you, have you ever faced discrimination as a Sikh in Bharat? And this entire narrative that's being trying to be drummed up, post-84, etc., etc. I have to ask you this, Hardeep, because there will be a lot of people who will want you to...
I have never faced any discrimination of anything, and not because I'm a Sikh. When I was a 4-year-old kid, and Sikh children don't cut their hair, I used to have a little Judai tried around. So I was going to a kindergarten in Germany. 4 or 5 or 6 years old, I don't know. So, the German boys, very, those blonde, blue-eyed guys. So they say, "Ye kya hai, lambe baal?" So they try to tease me a little. So I had my mother had a German friend. We used to call her a second mother. So she said, next time somebody does it, take your shoe and just kick them under the knee, not too hard. वो 1-2 बार किया, वो एकदम सही हो गए. उसके बाद बड़े अच्छे हो गए. मुझे तो किसी ने बुली नहीं किया और कोई India is the safest haven for all minorities, believe me. And the Sikhs who say, अरे भाई तुम्हें कनाडा में या कहीं और जाकर सेटल करना है, अपनी कहानी कुछ और बनाओ. Not because you are being discriminated or persecuted here. Pure BS. Sikhs have, look, we are a small percentage of the population. कितनी है यार अभी 1.4% है हमारी population. Our contribution to the armed forces 20%. Our contribution to anything. When I joined the foreign service, we had 5 Sikhs in my batch here. I mean, not all wearing turban, but most of them wearing turban. So their Sikhs have never faced discrimination anywhere. ये जो appeasement politics के minorities को यार discrimination हो गई, ये हो गई. अरे अपना देखो अभी क्या बेवकूफी के stand ले रहे हैं recent legislation पे. अरे I must say all minorities, India is the safest haven.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Hardeep Puri. Hope you enjoy the session. Hardeep ji, thank you so much. I think we can be a little more warmer and louder with a round of applause. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, for joining us, and Anand for that fantastic session. It really was a great conversation on energy and geopolitics. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be taking a short break now for lunch. Please step outside the hall on the east side. We will be back with lots more, and I can promise you it's going to be an exciting afternoon. See you on the other side of this break in just 30 minutes.